Chosen one, hear me clearly. Right now, in this very moment, the universe is bending toward your destiny. You have walked through seasons of silence, through nights where questions outweighed answers, through days where hope seemed distant. Yet here you are, standing on the precipice of something miraculous. Something that has been promised, something that has been hidden, is now returning to you. Not by chance, not by luck, but because God Himself is commanding the restoration of all that was lost. You may have felt the weight of loss, the friendships that faded, the opportunities that slipped through your hands, the dreams that seemed just beyond reach. I want you to know the waiting was not punishment. The setbacks were not rejections. Every loss, every delay, every moment that felt unfair has been a divine preparation for this precise season. God has been quietly orchestrating, aligning unseen forces, preparing a pathway that only your heart and spirit could traverse. Right now, the air around you is charged with a sacred energy. Something is shifting, something that will not be subtle. Doors that were closed, items that were stolen from your path, voices that once doubted you, they are all being restored. What you once mourned, what you once thought gone forever, is being returned under divine timing. Can you feel it stirring in your spirit? That gentle, almost imperceptible pull that whispers, "Prepare yourself, for your season of recovery is at hand, chosen." One, understand this: what is coming will feel personal. Because it is, no one else will fully comprehend the depth of your journey. The nights you prayed, the tears you shed, the faith you held, when nothing seemed to make sense. This moment, the restoration of what was lost, is for you and you alone. It is your divine inheritance, your reward for enduring, your confirmation that you are not forgotten. Stay with me now, because the message I bring is urgent, yet filled with hope. By the end of this prophetic word, you will understand why the losses of your past were never permanent. You will see the patterns, the signs, the divine instructions that lead to your restoration. And most importantly, you will awaken to the truth: God is moving, and what was once lost is returning. Prepare your heart, for the revelation ahead will ignite your faith, strengthen your spirit, and awaken the full measure of your destiny. This movement, this restoration you are sensing, comes not from human hands, but from the very throne of heaven. The voice that speaks through this moment is the voice of God, sovereign, unwavering, and infinitely aware of every step you have taken. There is no detail of your life too small to escape His notice. Every tear, every prayer, every quiet surrender has been catalogued in His heart, woven into a tapestry that is now ready to unfold in your favor. God is speaking, and He wants you to hear it clearly. What was lost was never truly gone. It was held guarded and reserved for a time when your spirit would be strong enough to receive it fully. He is the divine orchestrator, moving pieces on a cosmic chessboard, aligning circumstances, people, and moments so precisely that you will know without a shadow of doubt that this is His work. Nothing is coincidental, nothing is accidental. Take a moment and feel the weight of that truth. Imagine the hand of God stretching across time and space, guiding everything back toward you. The friendships that faded, the doors that closed, the opportunities that vanished, they are all being recalled, summoned by a command that transcends human understanding. And though you may not see it yet, the signs of His movement are already appearing in your life, subtle and persistent, like the first light of dawn cresting over the horizon. This is your divine appointment. A season has arrived, marked by sacred intention, where the things that were scattered, misplaced, or delayed are returning to their rightful place. But there is more than restoration here. There is confirmation. Confirmation that your journey, with all its trials and quiet endurance, has not been in vain. God is declaring to you now, your faith, your perseverance, your courage under pressure, they have all been seen. They have all mattered. And the reward of that recognition is approaching. Feel the reassurance of this truth: you are not alone. Every step, every twist of fate, every setback has been observed, understood, and incorporated into a plan that is far greater than you have imagined. The forces at work are divine, and they are moving with precision. This is the sacred timing of heaven itself, your life intersecting with the perfect orchestration of God's will. As you continue to listen, understand this. The restoration you are about to experience is both a reclaiming and a revelation. God is returning what was lost, and in doing so, He is also revealing the depth of His faithfulness, the power of His promises, and the certainty of His divine presence. What was once absent from your life is not just coming back. It is coming back in a manner that affirms your destiny, strengthens your spirit, and opens doors that were never meant to remain closed. Now listen carefully, for what is about to be revealed is both extraordinary and personal. What you thought was lost, the doors that were closed, the resources that slipped away, the opportunities that felt stolen are returning to you. But they are not returning as they were before. No, God is restoring them with a glory that surpasses your former understanding, a fullness that the human eye cannot yet measure. Picture this, a vast, unseen river, flowing just beyond your perception. You have known its presence in whispers, in fleeting glimpses, in the quiet nudges of your spirit. That river has carried away what you once believed lost, only to bring it back at this appointed hour, stronger, brighter, and more life-giving than before. The currents of divine timing are now shifting, and the tide is turning in your favor. Every delay you endured, every moment of seeming emptiness, has prepared you to receive it fully. Imagine standing in a valley where the shadows once loomed long and oppressive. In the distance, you see movement light breaking through the darkness. Shapes begin to form, people, opportunities, blessings, and resources that were once scattered are converging toward you. Some may come as familiar faces returning. Others will arrive as new allies you did not expect, perfectly positioned to complete the divine restoration. The air around you is charged with purpose. The atmosphere itself seems to hum with anticipation, whispering that what was taken will be returned multiplied and sanctified. Feel the emotional weight of this prophecy, a restoration that is not just material, not just external, but deeply spiritual. God is reclaiming not only what you lost, but also what was stolen from your confidence, from your peace, from your sense of purpose. Every tear you shed in quiet solitude, every prayer you whispered in the dark, every moment you questioned your path, these are all being transformed into testimony. The losses were not punishments. They were deposits in a divine bank reserves that heaven is now releasing back into your life, overflowing with favor and blessing. There will be signs along this journey if you keep your eyes and spirit open. You may feel an inexplicable sense of relief, a sudden clarity, a reconnection with someone or something you thought gone forever. You may notice coincidences that feel too precise to be accidental. An old friend reaching out, a long-delayed opportunity resurfacing, or a resource appearing exactly when you need it. These are the fingerprints of God gently guiding the restoration, confirming that the prophecy is unfolding exactly as ordained. Do not mistake this season for randomness. The universe is conspiring on your behalf because heaven is deeply involved in your story. What is returning has been carefully curated to fit your present strength and your future calling. The restoration is not merely about replacing what was lost, it is about elevating you into a higher realm of purpose, enabling you to step into your destiny, fully armored with faith, confidence, and divine favor. So prepare yourself for a transformation unlike anything you have experienced before. What was once missing is coming back with new light, new energy, and a divine signature that leaves no doubt of its origin. The prophecy is clear. God commands recovery, and nothing, no one, and no circumstance can resist His divine will. The restoration is coming. The doors are opening. The rivers are rising. and the fullness of what was lost is returning to you in glory. Now take a deep breath and let this truth sink into your spirit. The restoration you are experiencing is not merely a return of lost things. It is a revelation of divine principles at work in your life. Everything that has been lost, delayed, or stolen carries with it a lesson, a refinement, and a spiritual imprint designed to align you more closely with your destiny. God does not act randomly. His hand moves according to purpose, and every season of waiting, every moment of scarcity, every test of faith has been meticulously calibrated to elevate you. Consider the metaphor of light breaking through a storm. The storm represents the struggles, the delays, and the disappointments you endured. The light is the divine recovery now reaching you. Without the darkness, the light could not shine with such brilliance. Without the trials, the restoration could not feel so miraculous. The losses you endured were never meant to define you. They were meant to refine you, to prepare you for the moment when the fullness of God's blessing could arrive and be fully embraced. Every delay in your life has been a divine lesson in patience, endurance, and trust. You have been learning to walk not by sight, but by faith, to remain steadfast when the world said, "Give up," to hold on to hope when the situation seemed hopeless. These are not small lessons. They are foundational. They have prepared you for a season where the return of what was lost will not only restore your life externally, but will transform your inner being. You will no longer simply regain what was taken. You will regain it with wisdom, discernment, and a deeper understanding of your purpose. Think of the doors in your life that remained closed. These doors were not closed to punish you. They were closed to protect you, to redirect you, and to guide you toward paths that were more aligned with God's vision. The divine restoration is now opening these doors with new clarity. What was once barred is now accessible, but not merely as it was. You are being lifted into a higher experience of life. It is the same thing, yet more potent, more significant, and more blessed than before. The lost is returning, but in a way that honors your growth and your perseverance. There is also a deeper spiritual meaning here. The restoration is teaching you the power of alignment with divine timing. You have learned, perhaps unknowingly, that rushing, forcing, or manipulating outcomes is never part of God's plan. What comes in His timing carries greater strength, endurance, and purpose than what comes in human haste. This restoration, then, is more than a return. It is a divine confirmation that timing matters, that waiting matters, and that your faithfulness during the waiting season has mattered profoundly. The symbolism is rich rivers rise after drought storms pass to reveal clear skies. Doors open only when keys of readiness are prepared. God's work in your life mirrors these natural rhythms. The losses you experienced were the droughts. The waiting was the storm. Now the river of restoration is rising, and the doors of opportunity are swinging wide. All of it is designed to awaken you to the spiritual principle that what is truly yours cannot be permanently taken. The universe, guided by divine wisdom, always returns what is meant for you, often in greater measure than you imagined. This is also a call to recognize your identity in the midst of this prophecy. You are not merely a passive recipient. You are an active participant in God's unfolding plan. Your faith, your prayers, your readiness, and your trust create the conditions for restoration to manifest fully. You are being prepared to receive not just what was lost, but the deeper spiritual rewards that accompany it: strength, clarity, discernment, and the unwavering confidence that your life is held in the hands of a loving, all-powerful God. So reflect on this. The storms of your past were shaping you, the delays were training you, and the losses were refining you. All of it was leading to this divine moment when restoration would arrive. And as the fullness of what was lost returns, it will not only restore what was missing, it will reveal to you, in the deepest sense, the profound ways God has been working in every detail of your life, teaching you that you are never forgotten, never forsaken, and always, always chosen. As you absorb this truth, be alert to the signs that God is moving on your behalf. The universe, in alignment with heaven, often speaks in whispers and subtle nudges. These confirmations are meant to reassure you that the prophecy is unfolding exactly as intended. Pay attention, for they are appearing now, sometimes in ways so ordinary they almost go unnoticed. But when you recognize them, they will ignite your faith. First, notice the small but powerful moments of synchronicity in your life. Perhaps a friend reaches out unexpectedly, bringing a message or opportunity you had long prayed for. Maybe you encounter a situation that mirrors a desire of your heart, a coincidence so precise it feels orchestrated. These alignments are fingerprints of God, gentle reminders that nothing is accidental. Second, observe the shifts in your energy and spirit. You may feel a lightness, a renewed sense of hope, or a sudden clarity that dispels confusion and fear. This inner awakening is a sign that what was once lost is being recalibrated in your favor. Your intuition, once dulled by disappointment or anxiety, begins to sharpen, guiding you toward the right decisions, relationships, and opportunities. Third, pay attention to dreams, visions, or sudden insights. Sometimes the divine speaks in the quiet of the night or in fleeting mental images, showing you glimpses of what is returning, of doors opening, or of blessings on the horizon. These spiritual nudges are confirmations that the restoration is real and imminent. Fourth, notice repeated numbers, symbols, or phrases that seem to follow you, signs that carry meaning beyond their ordinary value. Angels and divine forces often use these subtle indicators to catch your attention, to remind you that you are on the right path, and that the prophecy is unfolding exactly as God intended. Fifth, look for tangible evidence of restoration already manifesting. Perhaps something lost begins to reappear, whether material, relational, or even emotional. A once broken connection is mending, a stalled project gains momentum, or an unexpected resource becomes available. These tangible signs are unmistakable confirmations that the season of recovery has begun. Finally, sense the peace that surpasses understanding. Amid the uncertainty, the waiting, or the questions that linger, you may feel an inner calm settling over you, an assurance that everything is moving under divine order. This peace is a sacred confirmation that the prophecy is unfolding, that you are protected, and that your losses are indeed being returned. Keep your heart and eyes open for these signs. They are subtle yet profound, personal yet universal. They remind you that you are not navigating life alone. God is actively involved in restoring all that was taken, and these confirmations are His way of whispering, "Do not fear. I am working, and your season of recovery is here." As the season of restoration approaches, it is important to recognize that not everything will unfold smoothly. Even as God commands what was lost to return, there may be unseen challenges along the way. These obstacles are not punishments. They are tests refining your faith and strengthening your spirit for the blessings that are about to manifest. You may encounter resistance, both external and internal. External resistance could come as delays, misunderstandings, or even opposition from those who do not understand your path. Internal resistance may take the form of doubt, fear, or lingering memories of past loss. These moments are designed to test your trust, to measure your perseverance, and to prepare you for the fullness of what is coming. The enemy may attempt to sow confusion or discouragement, whispering lies that you are too late, that the opportunity is past, or that restoration is impossible. Recognize these whispers for what they are, distractions meant to slow your progress. God's word is greater than these lies, and His promises are unwavering. Every challenge is temporary, every difficulty has a divine purpose, and every test is a stepping stone toward your ultimate victory. You may also face moments of uncertainty. Even as doors begin to open, the path may not always be clear. You might feel called to make decisions without knowing the full picture, to trust without seeing the outcome. This is the essence of faith, moving forward with confidence that God's plan is perfect, even when circumstances appear chaotic or incomplete. Another challenge may be patience. Restoration rarely comes all at once. Some blessings arrive gradually, piece by piece, requiring you to remain steadfast and vigilant. Do not become discouraged by the pace. Remember that the divine timing behind this restoration is precise. The process itself is preparing you to receive what is coming with wisdom, humility, and readiness. Even so, every challenge carries within it a seed of opportunity. Each obstacle teaches you resilience, each doubt sharpens your discernment, and each moment of struggle deepens your reliance on God. These hidden challenges are not detours from your destiny. They are integral parts of the journey, shaping you into someone fully prepared to embrace the return of what was lost. Keep your eyes fixed on the promise. Remember that the restoration is inevitable, that God's command is unstoppable, and that every trial is temporary. The hidden challenges are there to strengthen you, to purify your heart, and to amplify the joy you will feel when the fullness of recovery arrives. Stand firm, persevere, and trust completely what is yours will not be denied. Now that you understand the prophecy and the challenges that may accompany it, it is time to prepare your heart, mind, and spirit for the restoration that is coming. God is calling you to action, not as a burden, but as a sacred responsibility and a source of empowerment. The recovery of what was lost requires readiness, alignment, and intentional faith. First, guard your heart. What was lost may attempt to return to a heart unprepared, vulnerable to fear, doubt, or distraction. Protect your spirit by focusing on God's promises daily. Begin each day by centering yourself in prayer or meditation, acknowledging that He is the source of your restoration. Speak aloud affirmations of faith. I am ready. I am worthy. I receive what God commands for me. These declarations strengthen your spirit and align your energy with the divine flow. Second, seek clarity and discernment. Take deliberate steps to examine the areas of your life where restoration is expected. Identify relationships, opportunities, or projects that have been stagnant or lost. Ask God for wisdom to recognize what belongs to you and what is being redirected for your good. Discernment will protect you from false opportunities and ensure that the restoration arrives fully intact, guided by divine precision. Third, embrace patience and persistence. Even as doors open, there may be moments when progress seems slow or incomplete. Understand that timing is sacred. Do not force, rush, or manipulate circumstances. Instead, act when the moment is confirmed by guidance from God, your intuition, or spiritual signs. Persistence is not about pushing blindly. It is about staying faithful, alert, and disciplined until the restoration manifests fully. Fourth, release what no longer serves you. In order to receive fully, you must create space within your life and spirit. Let go of past hurts, lingering doubts, and emotional baggage that may block the flow of divine restoration. Forgive those who have wronged you, release grudges, and step forward in freedom. What returns will be brighter and stronger when you are unencumbered by what weighs you down. Fifth, prepare to act with courage. Some aspects of restoration may require you to step into situations you previously avoided or feared. You may need to reconnect with someone from your past, revisit a delayed opportunity, or take a bold step forward in faith. God is empowering you with the courage, clarity, and strength needed to embrace these actions fully. Trust that your steps are guided and that you are never walking alone. Sixth, nurture gratitude and expectation. Each day, affirm the blessings that are already present and cultivate an anticipation for what is coming. Gratitude opens the channels for restoration, while expectation aligns your mind and spirit with the frequency of divine abundance. Celebrate small signs, moments of clarity, and subtle confirmations. They are the preludes to greater things. Finally, maintain constant communication with God. Speak, listen, and remain sensitive to His guidance. Journal, pray, or reflect on the insights He provides. Let your heart be a vessel for divine instruction. By remaining present, attentive, and obedient, you position yourself to receive the full measure of what was lost and more. Remember, these steps are not burdens. They are empowering rituals that prepare you to step into your divine inheritance. The restoration is sacred, and your readiness is key. Approach it with faith, intentionality, and joy. As you implement these instructions, you align fully with the divine command, ensuring that nothing lost is withheld from you. The recovery is imminent, and you are being equipped to receive it with open arms, a clear mind, and a heart fully attuned to God's plan. As you step into this season of restoration, know this: you are surrounded by divine protection. God Himself is your shield, your refuge, and your ever-present guide. What was once lost is returning, and nothing, no circumstance, no person, no opposition can prevent it from reaching you. Your path is watched over every step, guided every moment, guarded. Imagine a radiant light enveloping you from all sides, a luminous barrier that no negativity can penetrate. This light represents the protection of heaven wrapping around your spirit like an impenetrable cloak. The challenges and obstacles you face are temporary. They cannot withstand the divine force that surrounds you. Even the whispers of doubt or fear are powerless before the certainty of God's command. You are not alone in this journey. Angels are assigned to your steps, guiding you, shielding you, and aligning circumstances in your favor. Their presence may manifest in subtle ways, a sudden sense of calm, a timely word from a friend, or an unexpected opportunity appearing at the perfect moment. These are not coincidences. They are visible signs of invisible protection. Even when the path seems unclear or the delays feel prolonged, trust that you are fully covered. God's protection is both proactive and reactive, guarding you before challenges arise and intervening when needed. Nothing lost can be stolen permanently because what is destined for you is under divine custody. Every door that opens, every blessing that returns, does so under this sacred safeguard. Remember also that your peace is part of this protection. Even in the midst of uncertainty or temporary struggle, the assurance of God's presence acts like a fortress around your heart. When fear or anxiety threaten to intrude, anchor yourself in the knowledge that the one who commands the return of what was lost is fully in control. Your spirit cannot be shaken when it rests in His hands. Trust the signs, trust the timing, and trust your own intuition, for they are guided by divine oversight. You are empowered to move forward boldly, knowing that the restoration you seek cannot be hindered. Nothing can separate you from the favor that is now flowing toward you. Walk with confidence, knowing that every element of this journey, every challenge, every moment of waiting, every sign is part of a divine orchestration designed to keep you safe and lead you to fulfillment. God is not just returning what was lost. He's carrying you through the process with unwavering care and perfect timing. As the restoration unfolds, you will begin to feel a profound transformation, not only in your circumstances, but deep within your spirit. What was once absent, what seemed permanently lost, will return in ways that surpass your expectations. This is a season of elevation, where your experiences, your endurance, and your faith converge to create a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and more radiant than ever before. Picture yourself standing at the threshold of this new chapter. The burdens you once carried, fear, doubt, uncertainty, have been lifted, replaced by clarity, courage, and purpose. You feel lighter, freer, as though the chains of the past have melted away. Every loss you endured now serves as a testament to your resilience, and every tear you shed becomes a source of strength. You are no longer defined by what was taken from you. You are defined by what has been returned and by the power you gained while waiting. Emotionally, this transformation brings an overwhelming sense of gratitude and joy. You will find yourself celebrating not just the tangible blessings, the opportunities, relationships, and resources returning, but the intangible ones: peace, confidence, discernment, and faith that cannot be shaken. Your spirit recognizes the magnitude of this season. What was lost is not simply restored. It has been enhanced, elevated, and imbued with divine purpose. Spiritually, you will step into a deeper alignment with your destiny. The trials you endured were the soil in which your character was rooted. Now the harvest of restoration blooms in your life. You will act with a newfound wisdom, recognizing the divine fingerprints on every element of your journey. Your decisions will carry clarity, your path will resonate with divine timing, and your relationships and opportunities will reflect the fullness of God's plan. Transformation also brings empowerment. You will walk with the assurance that nothing lost can remain permanently absent from the life God has designed for you. Each restored element becomes a source of testimony, a witness to your perseverance and to God's faithfulness. The confidence gained in this process equips you to face future challenges with courage, knowing that divine restoration is always possible when aligned with faith and obedience. Imagine the fullness of this moment, the long-awaited returns, the healed relationships, the reopened doors, and the victories previously postponed. The joy will be immediate yet profound, echoing not only in your life, but in the lives of those around you. Your story becomes a living example of hope and perseverance, a beacon for others who have felt lost, abandoned, or discouraged. This fulfillment is more than reward. It is a revelation. It shows you the depth of God's love, the power of divine timing, and the truth that faith and endurance yield outcomes far beyond human imagination. As you step fully into this season, feel the surge of empowerment, gratitude, and readiness. You are prepared. You are elevated. You are restored. And with this restoration comes a peace and joy that radiate from within, touching every area of your life. Now, as you stand on the edge of this new season, anchor yourself in the truth of God's promise. Speak these words aloud and let them resonate in your spirit. Repeat them daily, claim them boldly, and let them guide your actions and your heart affirmation. 1. I am worthy of every blessing returning to me. Nothing lost remains absent from my life. Affirmation 2. I trust the timing of God. Every restoration comes with perfect purpose and divine alignment. Affirmation 3. I am protected, guided, and empowered to receive all that is commanded for me. Affirmation 4. My faith is unwavering. My spirit is strong. I embrace the fullness of my destiny. Let these affirmations settle within you, chosen one. They are more than words. They are keys unlocking the doors of your restoration. As you repeat them, feel the Spirit of God flowing through your mind, body, and heart, reinforcing your readiness, your confidence, and your peace. And now receive this blessing as a seal upon the prophecy. May your losses be transformed into triumphs. May what was once taken be returned in abundance. May your spirit be strengthened, your path illuminated, and your heart filled with the joy that comes from divine fulfillment. May the doors that were closed open wide, the opportunities that seemed lost arrive fully prepared, and the blessings of heaven pour into every corner of your life. Go forward with courage, chosen one. Walk with faith, knowing that you are not alone, that you are guided, and that you are deeply loved. The restoration is yours. The return is commanded by God Himself. Receive it with gratitude, walk in alignment with your purpose, and shine as a testimony of His faithfulness. Remember this, always the losses of yesterday were never permanent. The waiting was purposeful. And the restoration of today is sacred. Stand tall, step forward, and embrace the fullness of your destiny with confidence, peace, and unwavering faith. What was lost is returning, and it carries with it the glory, favor, and blessing that only God can provide. Amen.